Hi YouTube! I have a fun, exciting, fun deck profile for you today. Not tier 1, but a whole buttload of fun. It is Galactamon, the big secret rare boss monster from BT11. It's finally here. Those of you that know me know that I don't like to release deck profiles until they have at least a 69% deck win, because at that point, they're nice. So I took a very long time to get this deck to a 69% win rate. If I never got there, I never run on deck profile. But thanks to the format changes, thanks to Crossheart and Beelzemon actually doing really well now, Galactamon has legs, which is really neat. So I'm going to talk about why Galactamon works now, what makes it capable of beating those decks, and hopefully you guys enjoy. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notification on the Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing digital videos go live. And yeah, go ahead and enjoy. Starting off with the eggs, we have 4 copies of Doraemon. When you stack a source, once per turn you draw a card. There will be a lot of source stacking in this deck. We do not need any other eggs. 4 Doraemon's the way to go. And if you ever get to the point that you need a 5th egg, you've probably either won the game already or lost the game already. So I think 4 eggs is just fine. Now, under the rookies, we are playing 4, 8, 12, 16, 19 copies of Vemmon. You can play up to 50 cards of Vemmon in this deck. That is the gimmick. It's the newest D-Reaper Eosmon deck in that sense. Now, this card has a really good effect. In your main phase, you can suspend it, reel top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can add a Galactamon, Destromon, Snatchmon, or Fusionize to your hand, and then you can also stack a Vemmon underneath it, and then you can bottom deck the other card, or other 2 cards. Usually I get both, I'm not going to lie. Luckily, lately I've been getting both copies, it's really helped. But, occasionally you whiff. If you think about it, you're playing 4, 4, 4, and 4 on each of those cards on that text box, plus the Vemmons. And like 16 out of 50 is just under 1 in 3. So it's pretty reasonable to do that. The inheritable here is also really nice. Once per turn, if it would evolve into a Destromon or Galactamon, there's cost by 1. That does come up. It makes your Destromons and Galactamons a lot easier to evolve. So this is the bread and butter of the deck, basically. This is everything you need to get the deck going, and then the rest of the cards are just the skeleton or the tech cards. We do play 8 more rookies in that regard. We play 4 copies of Chikurimon. As you guys know, Crossheart now is everywhere, so having 4 copies of Chikurimon I think is super important. Being unable to reduce play costs is really, really handy in that matchup, and the other matchup where that might come up, like Beelstar, D-Reaper, anything like that. And then we play 4 copies of Chumon, so denial, memory gain, lots of Tamer effects just for your opponent. So as you guys may have noticed, we are maxing out on 8 black floodgates in this deck, floodgate rookies. Lately, they have been carrying the games on their backs. You playing against Crossheart, no problem, drop one of these. Playing against Beelzemon, no problem, drop one of these. They've actually really helped. I don't know what about this particular BT11 meta we're in right now that makes these cards so valuable, but, being able to slowly build your Galactamon stack while sticking one of these on the board just seems paramount to success. So I do like the 8 floodgates in this deck. I believe they do help immensely with the format. Now onto the level 4s. There's only 4. We're playing 4 copies of Snatchmon. Snatchmon evolves for 3 on your Vemmon. You can place up to 2 Vemmons when evolving from your trash under this card, and then if there are 4 or more Vemmons underneath it, you return a Fusionize to your hand. That's an option card, we'll get to it later. Really good card, because Fusionize is one of your better cards in the deck, so it gives you recursion, and it helps you build your stack in the mid to late game, which will allow you to actually pop off and do really, really mean things to your opponent. That's pretty cool. And then as an inheritable here in all turns, once per turn. When Vemmon is placed from this Digimon Digital cards to the bottom of the owner's deck, you can unsuspend this Digimon, and it gains blocker until the end of turn. That will happen more often than you think. So having a blocker boss monster Galactamon, very, very handy. So this card's the only champion you need. 4 copies of it. It's a very good card. Now we move on to Ultimates. And again, only 4. 4 copies of Destromon. Now, Destromon here can evolve for 5 on a 4. It can also evolve from 6 on a Vemmon. I've done that before, not gonna lie. Here's how it works. When it's evolving, you place the top 3 cards sorry, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. You place a Vemmon among them under the sources. Then you trash the rest. If there are 5 or more Vemmons in this card's sources, you do blow up one of your opponent's Tamers. This is so good right now. Think about Beelzemon for a second. They need their Iron Makos. Pop them, kill them. Crossheart, take your pick. Pop them, kill them. So Destromon here actually acting as Tamer Hate and then being able to recycle it with Fusionize is just so good. I'm not going to say it solves the deck's problem for the meta, but the fact that the top 2 decks, in my opinion, or even frig Black War Greymon with the Cool Boys or Metal Guard with the Cool Boys, you know, the fact that this exists and every deck seems to be relying on Tamers almost, this card is super valuable right now. It's actually just freaking amazing. And then opponent's turn once per turn, when opponent's Digimon attacks, by placing 2 Vemmons from one of your Galactamon's Digivolution cards at the bottom of the deck, owner's deck, switch the target to this Digimon. So it's a Black or Gray X, basically. You don't have to use blocker. But interestingly enough, you know, with Fusionize, right? If you place Vemmons from the Digivolution cards at the bottom of the owner's deck on Suspend Game Blocker, so when you do that, you get a redirect, and then effectively you get a block as well. So it gives you very nice defenses. And very nice defenses make this deck. It's very, very good. Now onto the big boss monster himself, or themselves, whatever. 4 copies of Galactamon. This is the guy. This is how the deck works. This is what you're building up to. So it costs 6 to evolve on a 5, but also you can evolve 9 on a Snatchmon. So you can go from 4 to 6 if you want to. When Digivolving, you may place up to 4 Vemmons from your trash under this Digimon as its bottom Digivolution cards. Then if there are 8 or more Vemmon in the bottom Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Just delete whatever Digimon you want. Doesn't care about level, you know, play cost, nothing. Just pop whatever you want. So it does kind of solve D-Reaper issues, because it can pop D-Reaper cards. But it can pop annoying things, like a Murvermon on your opponent's turn, or, you know, some annoying Beelzemon, whatever. Pops them. Good turn. Good guy. You have an all turns effect. When this Digimon would leave the battle area, you can place 4 Vemmons to the bottom of the deck to prevent it from leaving play. Like, period. Like, destruction, bouncing, chaos degradation. You know what? Anything. It just, you place 4 at the bottom, you're done. You're very, very good. And then, start a main phase, you trash an opponent's security stack. That's just great. Just trash, burn a card. No Tamer activations, no option activations, nothing. You just burn a card from security. This is your big boss monster. When you get this card out, the game really, really starts to go in your favor. So we do play 4 copies of it. We do cap off our Digimon with 1 copy of Death-Exmon. I was trying a couple for a little bit, but I found it completely unnecessary. Chikurimon and Gazimon help your matchups. That Death-Exmon also kind of helps. Yes, it is a nice going wide board wipe, and then control card from there. And Crossheart's the best deck of the format, so Death-Exmon gets some value carried there. It's just a good one of, you know, it doesn't really make or break games for me. It's nice to have. It's fine. Have I occasionally wet very big boards? Absolutely. It's a good card. The card is wonderful. Now we go on to the options. In the options, we play 4 copies of Fusionize. This is the option for the Galactamon deck. And you can play for free if you have a Snatchmon in play. So that's pretty nice. That's a level 4, by the way. So, its effect is by placing a Vemmon or Destromon from your trash under one of your Digimon as the bottom of the Digivolution card, you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into a Destromon or Galactamon from your trash without paying its cost. So you recycle Vemmons, basically. I don't think I've ever recycled Destromon. But you recycle Vemmons, and then you can evolve into either Destromon to pop a Tamer, or Galactamon if your stack is just big enough to do that. You know what I mean? So Fusionize gives you the ability to be flexible, lets you recur your Destromons and your Galactamons, and that's pretty cool. Has a security effect as well. In security, real top 3 cards of your deck, you play a Vemmon for free. Trash the rest. And that's kind of cool. So 4 copies of Fusionize, you do need it in this deck. Another option you need 4 copies of, in my opinion, are Pride Memory Boost. It's the card that your real top 3 cards play Digimon with play cost of 4 or less, trash the rest. We have 27 cards in our deck with a play cost of 4 or less. Basically your rookies. This card never misses, and then later on it's a delay memory for 2. Card is kind of insane. Last 2 cards of the deck are 2 copies of Izzy. Izzy here being your memory tamer that I believe never actually costs 4 because all the cards in your deck are black, which is really cool. If they hit in security and they're at 0 while the turn's over. But your real top 3 cards, rearrange them in any order you want. Get memory back if it's black, which it will be. Alright, it's combo time. And I teach you basically the bread and butter of this deck. I've played a lot of matches with this deck because I've been trying to get into that high win rate that I need. So you promote Vemmon, let's say. Okay, you suspend it, and you reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Got these cards. Oh wow, that's really cool. You'll add this and you'll stack this. That's how that works. Bottom deck DOZ. Okay. Now you have 2 Vemmons. Let's say that you go ahead and you evolve now your Vemmon into the Statchmon, and maybe you draw a card. Okay, cool. Vemmon, you trash your 2 sources, and now you have 4 sources of Vemmon in there, so you add Fusionize. You know, you're probably not doing this turn 2 to be honest, but I'm just showing this just so you understand kind of how things work here. So the whole Fusionize thing here, you can activate it if you want for free, and then by placing a Vemmon or Destromon from your trash, so we'll say we have another one in trash, underneath your guy, you can evolve into a Destromon or Galactamon. So if you want to like pop a Tamer or something, because you now have 5 sources at least for the Destromon, even if you reveal top 3, you get one, but if you whiff, it's fine, you're still having a Tamer. So if you need to pop a Tamer, go ahead and evolve in Destromon. If you need to, if you have 4 more Vemmon in trash, you can evolve all the way into Galactamon, attach those 4 Vemmon, or a minimum of 3, and then you just freaking kill something. And that's really, really cool. And that's effectively how the deck works, right? And, you know, if you go through the whole line, like, presumably, right, maybe you'll disenhand or something, so you evolve, and then you attach a Vemmon underneath it, and then you pop a Tamer or whatever. Let's say you evolve in the Galactamon and stuff. Yeah, this is almost off camera, wow. And then if you have 4 of these in trash, you know what I mean, then you attach all 4. And then before you know it, how many Vemmons do you have in the stack? You have a lot of Vemmons in the stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Vemmons, along with a Snatch and a Destromon inheritable too. You know, that's very, very, very big black stack there. And that's basically how you win your games. You just build up the biggest freaking black stack imaginable, and then you just go in with Galactamon there. That's effectively functionally how the deck works. And it's a really fun gimmick, that's for sure. And that'll do it. That is the Galactamon deck profile for BT11. It'll get revitalized when we get the Galactamon related promo card eventually in the future. I do think this deck is a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win any regionals with it or top, but it is very fun. And if you just want to have a good, fun, wholesome time at locals, go ahead and give this deck a try. It's pretty budget. It's very nice to see. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.